Take two. Today is December 4th, Thursday, 7:55 a.m. Just finished a run. The reason why this is take two is I kind of was rubbing my eyes and sweat got into it and it got really sore. So I had to do another take. Anyways, 13.1 miles. Awesome. Feel very good, although I feel pretty sore. I did not get to log it into my workouts on my fitness app on my iPhone because my Apple Watch was low battery. In the middle of my run, it said 10% remaining, and I was like, oh man, I hope I can complete this run. And literally at the last second, the last time I checked my Apple Watch, it was 13.03 miles, and I was like, okay, I think it might be able to make it. And I ran for a little bit. I was literally pushing myself. I did not have any more gas in me. I had to push. So I get to what I think was 13.10, and I check my watch. It was dead. So I go to my phone and the workout ended. So I was like, no, I didn't even get to log in that I completed a half marathon. And it was probably one of my fastest times, probably, if not my fastest time. It was a little over 3 hours, like 3 hours and a few minutes, which is not impressive by any means. But again, it's me versus me. I did better. So I'm going to take it as an accomplishment, and I'm going to strive to beat that record again whenever I do another half marathon. We are really close to the marathon. So I don't know. I'm probably going to just recover, do some short runs. I am very, very hungry, but I took the time to record this video. I'm not sure how to do this. Bear with me. I'm just going to grab a protein shake, okay, while we chat. But I had a lot of thoughts. Bro, that is so refreshing. I had a lot of thoughts during my run, but like how it usually goes, I forgot most of them, or it's hard to articulate after the run. So I did a couple of TikToks that I posted, which is awesome. You know, nothing special. It was super dark at the time. It was still around like 5:30, around that time. And all I had were the street lights. So I made a couple of TikToks just yapping. They were very short, and I uploaded it. Don't think they'll do very well, but I posted nonetheless, and that counts. So that was a win there. Another thought that I wanted to probably make a YouTube video on is that everyone should try a marathon at some point in their life. And you might be asking me, Jason, why would anyone do cardio voluntarily? I know. I don't know what I'm doing either, but it's literally like one of the best things that you can do, in my opinion. There is a very small percentage of people that can actually run a marathon, so that's a flex in and of itself. But I feel like it's so transferable to the life lessons that you're able to learn. But you know how people say life is a marathon, not a sprint? Or I think they apply it to a few other things as well. But you kind of learn the hard way when you actually participate in a marathon. You kind of learn a lot about yourself, how your body works, how you should pace yourself. Excuse me. But if you go too fast, you might burn out and you might exhaust yourself. And that's the opposite of what I did today. I started off really slow at a slow pace. I eased myself into running, and after a few miles, I was running a pretty decent pace and I felt pretty good. Now, towards the end of the run, my exhaustion sort of caught up to me. Maybe I wasn't refueling properly. I'm pretty sure I could have gotten a little bit more energy from the candy that I was eating and the little goo packs and the char gels and the sodium tablets that I was taking, and definitely more water. But for my progress so far, that's pretty good, or for the amount that I've trained. I have also been in a deficit calorically for most of the couple of weeks. There were some days where I like had a surplus, and there was one day where I was like, I ate too much and I had a food coma. Literally, that never happens to me. Well, I take that back. But it's been a while since I've literally knocked out because of how full I was. But that was fun. Would not do that again though. Not for a very long time. That was a horrible experience. I was full for how many more hours after that? Probably it carried over to the next day. Another thought is my shoes. I've been wearing the same shoes. I think these are the Speed 3s from Saucony. I think there's a Speed 4 now. I don't know if these are the Speed 4s, but I've had them since my last marathon. So these are my same marathon shoes, and I've been using them to train ever since. So they're pretty worn out. So far, you know, they're pretty decent. I mean, I haven't put as much miles as a usual or like a regular-ish runner would within like the past year. So maybe it could still go. Like, I feel fine. Like, I feel great after wearing these shoes for half a marathon. And I feel like they would do great. It probably will retire after this marathon though, because I need a new pair of shoes. The cushions wore out a long time ago, or they don't have that same spring. But I guess it's still cushions, because when I switched, one time I ran with my barefoot shoes for 2 miles, and that killed me. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was because it was the first time I ran in like almost a month, maybe like 3 weeks. But man, I was so sore afterwards. But then again, like with barefoot shoes, you kind of use more of your stability because you don't have the foam to cushion your impact. So I guess, like, I do know that you're not supposed to just dive into wearing barefoot shoes to run. You got to ease into it. So I just got to keep doing that, because I really do want to try to run in those barefoot shoes. Those were pretty inexpensive, and if I can use them to do everything, then that would be sick. I use them to play basketball in, and they're not the most secure thing. I don't like my shoes to be too tight. So those ones I can slip on. I can slip on my running shoes, and I personally don't have any sort of like ankle stability issues, so I don't need like the extra cushion on the sides of my ankles. That's just for me personally. Whenever I play basketball, I don't play too hard, so I don't need the extra stability on the sides for lateral movement. This is empty. I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm so hungry. Guess what I'm gonna be eating? I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, pause the video, comment what you think I'm gonna eat. No cheating. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That technically wasn't 5 seconds, but me saying that makes it 5 seconds. My meal for the day, or for breakfast, will be spam and eggs with brown rice. I'm so excited. As well as this protein shake. I usually don't have the protein shakes anymore. I'm trying to get rid of my protein powder. So I've been using a protein shaker. This is my favorite from Mix. You don't need a shaker bottle or a shaker whisk thingy. I'm not sponsored, just genuinely like the product. I'll have it linked in the description. If I forget, just let me know. I'm so excited. I don't usually eat breakfast, but if I do one of these like super long runs, then I will. If I go out for a walk or a short run, maybe I'll fast until like lunch, late lunch. Because I don't know, sometimes I don't get hungry during the morning. So I usually just eat intuitively and eat whenever I'm hungry. But I try not to eat too late into the night. Of course, that still happens if you're going out with friends or if something happens and you get home late. But I try to keep it the same, consistent. I don't know. This is another like random post-running thought video journal thing. I'm supposed to be going home. I'm hungry. There was a person next to me, parked next to me in the back. Wait, there was a person next to me in the car. Wait, you know, I can't speak English anymore, but you know what I mean. There's a person in the car that's next to my car, but now they're gone. Sometimes I feel like I'm never gonna get better at speaking, but it is what it is. I will learn how to yap one way or another. And but with the amount of time that I've spent yapping in front of a camera to make these silly little YouTube videos that no one watches, I'm not sure if the progress that I made is good or if the progress that I made is sort of mediocre, but I just have to keep going. Just some real talk. Just some real talk before I let you go. Bro, it is like hot. It's like the window is steaming. That's kind of gross. I gotta go home and shower. Thanks for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.